So they're discovering now that younger people are having strokes and I guess also heart attacks. Now, a stroke is when parts of the brain um, suffer insufficient or lack of blood, and that part dies, and then whichever part of the body that section controls, then you'll see effect out there. That is part controls movement in one foot or on the left side or whatever. And people like they're surprised. Oops, younger people are now having strokes and heart attacks. Oh man. Well, you just have to look what's happening in society today. Younger people are using more drugs than before, and I think that's the real problem: drugs and worry. Now, how drugs and worry are going to cause the blood supply to the brain to be diminished? Well, drugs are chemicals, whether it's marijuana or whatever, natural or synthetic, it's chemicals. And you see, God never created drugs. It's the it who inspired some of these stones for us. And also, I'm very young now, scientists become atheistic and people are telling straight up unbelievable from small and Halloween and various forms of people. So when they go to university and they become a scientist, guess what? They're evil. They're evil scientists. And students will inspire them. So when people are making crap and heroin and other drugs, well, some poor folks I understand this thing also. They put things together, anything to get rich, poison, baby, laxative, whatever they put together, and then looks all these crystals look so good and so on. They smoke that or inject it in the blood. And but the devil behind that. And the whole purpose is to create exactly what's happening. Now, these chemicals, who knows the way they combine them and when you use them in various combinations, what they'll do. But it would seem to me that they're attacking the cells. And every part of the body is made of cells, whether it's bones or blood vessels, blood, or flesh or whatever. And when they will get into a cell itself and start loading the vacuole and the nucleus and the membranes and so forth, it's weakening it doesn't have the strength to even then bound. Plus, the worry give me heart, pumping harder, being burst or some blockage somewhere and so on. And then we have the stroke. So, two things the devil's trying to create here. The Bible says that people are losing their hearts, worrying and from fear and so forth in these days. And the heart, it could mean the heart doesn't get heart attack, or it could mean really get a stroke because the brain operates the heart. And, so vice versa. If the heart pumping right, because the accident, it dies. If the brain, the part of the heart, has a problem in the heart, it's a really crucial. Right now, there's a guy around here, running into the free about a year ago, over a year ago. And this thing is the world of left. And every time he high or drunk or some drugs or something else, 150% and he's going to smoke and going to play again. But I've used him for a while now, I'm sure that I've been, light skins have been okay and on. And I'm craving some program. And he's wondering why he's losing his regular body. So that his conflict is that he wants $100 to get to his stamps. Whatever, where he's in a place where they're giving him what he was supposed to do with $100 stamps. So he's upset taking food stamps. There's a place over here where you go. You don't want to wait for his food stamps. I mean, I'm saying, well, look, a night's rest is of more than $3. Okay? And not everybody does do a night's rest because you have to eat and all kind of stuff. So we put it together. I mean, this slave's priceless. People pay big bucks to get a good sleep. But he's now the same with Garrett's or this must be this or whatever. And chemicals affect certain parts of the body, and I'm sure that these diseases have radically more. In other words, they have to be created by a combination of things that habits, alcohol, smoking, drugs, to do it, to affect these things, and maybe all of them are denied because the nervous system is crucial. I mean, if the nervous system not working, you'd be surprised to see how the whole body will atrophy and wither up, and you just become a vegetable. And the nervous system is centered in the brain, and these folks now, they will inject themselves with anything. You tell them this is that, and they will try to inject it themselves. And they're injecting into themselves trash and the chemicals and all that kind of stuff. And these things were blocked. The valves in the body, in the heart, go out certain sections, create irritations. You know what I mean? It's like folks are doing some stupid stuff. Well, it starts early. They start smoking marijuana early, and it fries the brain so that they are unable to think intelligently, and they're unable to follow even things they're learning in school, so that they go on to do. And then, of course, it creates that need for a much stronger stimulant or addiction and so forth. And they end up with all these problems. So this, I think, is what's causing this high incidence of stroke and heart attack in the young, because from early they start doing the stuff that older folks used to be doing, smoking, drinking, alcohol, um, taking marijuana, various other chemicals they're using and so on. They don't know what to do. I mean, it's not going to happen to everybody, of course. And I see some people say, man, look, I've been smoking and drinking and going on, and if I live up to 70. Well, who knows? Maybe they could live up to 90, because alcohol is poison. Much of these things we do are poisonous, and it's robbing us of our vital energy that will cause us longevity. Because the same guy here that I'm talking about, you say, man, I'm feeling, he has to hold both hands to put something in his mouth. People have to be feeling it and so on. And long ago, I recall about a year ago asking to help me do something, I'm going to pay $1. Smash my can so I could put all of my card and take it down to the recycling place. He take the dollar and he said, I'll be back. He never came back. And he always wonders. But now he's sharing his money with others. He's being nice, and everybody's saying he's such a nice guy and so on. But I know him a long time, and I know this nice guy thing. I mean, people change and so on. But his condition requires him to have help and people to, so he's being nice, etc. But feeling weak in his extremities, he can't walk right. If you stump his foot, he can fall off. If his cart that he's using just goes far ahead of him, he's going to fall off. And it's not only his physical, but his mental capacity is going to be weakened equally. His ability, his organs also going to be weakened. And he's expected to die soon. So folks got to be careful of what they're trying as young people. And what I did when I was young, I was saying, like, what, when I'm old, I want to be able to live normally. I don't want to have to depend on nobody, nor do I want to have significant problems. And I mean, you're still gonna have problems at the end of your life, but I want to have a certain quality of life all the time, and so I stay away from stuff